Hey guys, what's up? It's Kooltrex here, and today I'll be showing you guys my Nintendo 64 game collection update for 2017. Now, the Nintendo 64 is not my favorite game console, and it's definitely not one of my favorite Nintendo consoles. It's probably one of my least favorite Nintendo consoles, and it's not that I hate the system. I actually think the system is fantastic. It's got a lot of really good games on it. I just think that compared to the PlayStation of its era, it really was lacking, especially in games like RPGs, where it really didn't have that many at all. But the Nintendo 64 still had a lot of great games, but I do feel that the PlayStation 1 excelled over the Nintendo 64, just in my personal opinion. And I also believe that there wasn't a lot of variety on the Nintendo 64 besides a lot of good platformers and racing games and a few others. I feel like the Nintendo 64 lacked variety, but it's not me trashing on the system. I think it's fantastic. See, I'll be showing you guys my collection now. So first off, I'll be showing you guys my box games because I don't really care for these games that much, even though they're boxed. I just don't really care for them because they're shovelware, or just I don't really enjoy them at all. So we have War Gods, which is really beaten up on here. I think it's Dog Tutor or something. Top Gear Hyper Bike. It's the back. Top Gear Rally. Nagano Winter Olympics 98. And finally, Automobile Lamborghini. So yeah, those are my box games. So I keep all my Nintendo 64 game cartridges in this box right here. So besides my boxes, so yeah, let's just dive right into it. Starting off with Asteroids Hyper 64. This game is not very good. It's literally just a mediocre Asteroids with no music and you're just flying around. It's pretty dumb. I got it for $1 though, so I can't complain. Next up we have Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is a classic platformer, 3D platformer I should say, and I haven't played much of it, but I know it's supposed to be really good, so I really want to play this one day and actually get through and finish it because it looks really good, and everyone's always talking about how great this game is, so yeah, Banjo-Kazooie. Here we have Bomberman 64. I freaking love this game. It's got a really good soundtrack, lots of memories with it, and it's got really cool multiplayer, which is super fun. And I know the new Bomberman recently came out for the Nintendo Switch as a launch title. I think it's called Super Bomberman R. That game looks freaking awesome. That's actually one of the reasons I want a Nintendo Switch. But for now, I'll be settling with Bomberman 64. Yeah, Bomberman 64 is freaking awesome. Great multiplayer, great single player, great music, everything, great graphics. Everything about this game is awesome. And the Bomberman game is supposed to be really good. So yeah, if you have a Switch, let me know how. If you have if you have a Switch in the new Bomberman, let me know how it is because I'd love to hear what you guys think. So yeah, Bomberman 64. Here you have Doom 64. Doom 64 is, I forgot which one it is, but it's basically a darker. It's not any of the other Dooms. It's not a port. It's like a brand new Doom, and it's not like Nintendo 64 eyes. Basically, it's not like all 3D and ugly looking. Actually, it still has sprites, but the sprites are turned 3D, so it's really cool looking. It's a very nice effect, and yeah, the game is really good. It's really scary actually because there's not a lot of music in the game, so it's pretty scary at times, and yeah, really scary, really awesome, and yeah, definitely recommend Doom 64 if you can find it. It's really good, first-person shooter. Here's another first-person shooter, Duke Nukem 64. Honestly, I haven't played this one, so I can't say how it is. Here we have Excitebike 64. Excitebike 64 is freaking awesome. I play this game during, I play this game every summer usually at night because I stay awake at night at summer. This is one of the games I usually go back to on my Nintendo 64 and play. It's really good. The multiplayer is really fun. The controls do take some getting used to, but once you get used to it, it's a really fun racing game. And I really do like the Excite racing games on Nintendo systems because they're awesome. So yeah, Excitebike 64. F1 Pole Position 64. Honestly, I never played it. Here we have not one, but 2 copies of GoldenEye 007. GoldenEye 007 is freaking awesome. If you have a Nintendo 64, you probably already have this game. It's really good. It's freaking fantastic. It hasn't aged that well, but it's still a really fun game to go back to for the single player as well as the multiplayer. So yeah, if you have a Nintendo 64 and you don't have this, I definitely recommend you give it a try. And I've heard Perfect Dark is a really good successor to this, so I really want to get Perfect Dark one day for my Nintendo 64. Not sure when, but if I ever find it for cheap, definitely gonna pick up Perfect Dark because I really like GoldenEye 007. Even though it is kind of overrated, I still think it's a fantastic game. Just everything about this game is really good, and yeah, set the bar for first-person shooters as well as movie licensed games. So yeah, GoldenEye 007, awesome. We have GT64, some racing game. Off-Road Challenge, another racing game I think, or something like that. Nintendo 64 is a lot of racing games, like a lot. Here I have Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap is freaking fantastic. Pokemon Snap, you're basically going around and you're going on in their Pokemon habitats and you're taking pictures of them. And depending on how good the picture is, like let's say you get in the angle and if they're doing a pose or something, you get more points and stuff. And you get to like throw apples at them and stuff. It's really, really fun and really, really interesting. It's really cool that they had spin-offs. Like this is probably the most unique Pokemon spin-off I've seen. Like, because it's unlike any other game I've played. It's like a on rails. It's really good. I've never seen anything like it. Unless it's the closest thing I can relate to is like an on rails arcade game. So yeah, I really hope they make a new Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo Switch because this game definitely. I don't know why it still has not gotten a sequel. It's like 20 years old now. It definitely deserves a sequel with every Pokemon, like all 800, or however much there are now with Sun and Moon. And just make a new Pokemon Snap, Nintendo, please. That would be freaking awesome. So yeah, Pokemon Snap, awesome game. It's pretty cheap too, so if you have a Nintendo 64, definitely recommend it. You have not one, but 2 copies of Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Stadium, it's basically you can get your Pokemon from the first generation and put them in here. And it's really cool because you can see your 2D sprites turn 3D. Really, really awesome, really fun game. Pokemon Stadium. I have a lot of memories playing these, so yeah. I really want to get the second one too. I heard that one's really good. So yeah, Pokemon Stadium is awesome. Here we have Spider-Man. I played a little bit of this. I couldn't get into the controls. I heard the PS1 version is better. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man and Spider-Man games. So yeah, I had to have this, but yeah, Spider-Man. Here we have a classic right here, Super Mario 64. I have the DS version right there. Actually, I played a little bit of the DS version, but I haven't played much of this because really, I feel like the DS version. I mean, I don't feel like there's a reason to play this besides playing on the TV because the DS version just has better graphics and everything's like seems better with music. But yeah, it's really cool to have a classic like Super Mario 64. Here we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games are supposed to be really, really good, and they are. They're really cool. You can do all kinds of tricks and stuff. So yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Now we should see there. Here we have a wrestling game, WWF Warzone. Here we have one of the biggest games on Nintendo 64. One of the considered the greatest games on Nintendo 64. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Breath of the Wild just came out recently, and everyone's saying how that's probably one of their favorite games of all time, one of the best Zelda games of all time. I really want to see what the hype is about that. But yeah, Ocarina of Time. I have the 3DS version right there, and I'm playing that right now. I'm gonna try to I'm taking a break from it right now. Actually, I'm gonna play in summer and hopefully beat it then. But yeah, Ocarina of Time. This is considered like the pinnacle of video game design and video games in general by a lot of people. So yeah, it's definitely very held to very high regard. And I feel like people going to this now, they might be a little disappointed because like they hear that's the greatest video game of all time, and then they go into expecting that. But it's like I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying they expect way too much, and it's a good game, but like maybe some people get disappointed. That's why it's getting some hate recently. So yeah, Ocarina of Time, just a classic right there. Here we have a really underrated game, I feel, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. So this game is really cool. You get to fly around all kinds of Star Wars ships, like X-Wings and the Millennium Falcon and all that. You get to go around shooting up enemies, like TIE fighters, and it has voice acting and everything, and it's all 3D and everything. It looks freaking fantastic. And there's 2 sequels to this on the GameCube. I really wish they made a 4th one for like the Switch or something. That would be awesome. Or do like a trilogy combination pack with all 3 of these games because they're really, really good. Star Wars Rogue Squadron, if you can pick it up for cheap, definitely recommend it. It's a fantastic game. I have a lot of memories playing this one. And the last game, which I keep in this case right here, because it's also my favorite Nintendo 64 game, definitely, is Star Fox 64. Now, I do have the 3DS remake, but I still prefer the Nintendo 64 version, because Star Fox 64 kicks ass. It's definitely one of the best Nintendo 64 games you can play. It's like an arcade shooter, and it's not that long, too. You can beat it in just one sitting if you play for a couple hours, but just the replay value with all the planets and everything, it's just really awesome, and just the diverging paths and everything, it's fantastic. Star Fox 64, the music, the graphics, the characters, the voice acting, everything about the dialogue, it's just so good. Definitely one of my favorite video games of all time. My favorite Nintendo 64 game of all time, definitely. And yeah, just a superb game. If you can find it, definitely pick it up. It's definitely one of my favorite video games ever. If I haven't done enough, it's fantastic. Star Fox 64, definitely recommend it. Great game. So yeah, guys, that is my Nintendo 64 game collection. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I know it's not the biggest Nintendo 64 game collection in the world, but it's what I have after a couple of years of collecting and just buying games I like for the system. And yeah, Nintendo 64 is a really good console. I know I said it's not my favorite, but it does have a special place in my heart, and it does have some of my favorite games of all time, so I can't say that I don't like it. Let me know what games you guys recommend in the comment section below. There's a lot I still need to get, like Perfect Dark, for example. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I have a lot of other collection videos you guys can check out. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I post a lot, actually, especially recently. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. And yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Peace.